Yes, greetings, one and all. End of the world. How do people get caught in the end of the world? That day that nobody knows about, only the Father. How do people get caught out? How does it take them unawares? If you think about devil system of Satan, devil knowledge, and you're in that system of democracy, and you're in the system of the religion and the politics, and it's all in the devil system, then that day will catch everybody unawares because they won't be ready. They're in the wrong system. So all those people ready and are in the system of the Almighty, and it's the Almighty directly they're worshipping, and the Messiah, and the apostles and the prophets and the saints of the Almighty, and the old time judges and all the people in the past, the holy people that obey the Almighty, they're in the system of the Almighty, so they're not caught out unawares. As in the days of Noah, it's devil system that mash up the people in the first place, and devil knowledge and all the crime and evil. So what are people doing in the end times to be caught out? They're in the same situation as in the days of Noah. They're flooded with devil system. They're flooded with devil knowledge. They're flooded with everything of Satan and all them political system and religious system. So they're caught unawares. That day comes upon them like a thief in the night. They don't know how it go. But it doesn't catch out the people that are in the system of the Almighty, his holy system, his holy knowledge, his wisdom, his faith, his charity, his works, his righteousness, his spirit, his power, his truth, his understanding. All that knowledge of the Almighty, the righteous people in the end time, they're in that system. They're not under criminal law, they're under holy law. If you want to be under criminal law, you're in devil's system. If it makes a difference between the Messiah and the law, then it must be something wrong with the law, because there's nothing wrong with the Messiah. He's pure. He's of the Almighty, 100%. Always was, always will be. So if you're caught out unawares, you have a choice between two. You look at that which is holy first, and then look at that which is unclean second, and make a difference between the two. It's not rocket science, because that's a parable. If you want to confuse people, you give them the truth twice. Two truths. One of Satan, which is true, and one of the Almighty, which is true. And that's a parable. And it will mash up most people. Oh, they're trying to work it out. What's going on here? What, you can't work out something simple? One is of Satan, one is of the Almighty. And it's two truths. And it's been explained in one parable. The wise and the foolish. Which one is the wise? Of the Almighty. Which one is the foolish? Of Satan. Parable. It's not hard to work out. Look for what is of the Almighty. Look for what is of Satan. And then you'll work out a parable easy. And it's the same thing when it comes to the Almighty, when he created everything. The Almighty created, right? He tells people he created his creation light. Light giving birth to light. And then his holy foundations. So this is the Almighty himself in his endless realm, which is dark. He being light lights up the darkness. And then light giving birth to light. So in his massive creation light, he created the heavens and the earth after that. Witnessed by the Messiah and wisdom and various other people. Before the creation. They grew up with the Almighty, so before the creation. So when they grow up now, is the creation is doing and showing them. Holy foundation. So if you don't know how the Almighty created everything, well, you don't know. But if you learn, you can learn. His creation light, him. His holy foundations. And then the heavens and the earth. Because he's a builder. He's a creator. He has foundations. Light giving birth to light. In his endless realm. I mean endless. You can't, there's no top and bottom to it. There's no corners, no edges. It's endless space. Endless. Ask him, he will show you. Yeah, you have to be careful though because it is scary. But yeah, he'll show you, man. 'Cause he can frighten me anytime he likes. I don't mind. Frightened me enough already, but I have to big him up because he's helped me enough. I can't remember how many times, but holy, and I need the help. Believe, serious thing. Anyway, I'm happy because of the Almighty, but there's all kind of issues going on with me, and I'm trying to help people. But when people devil-minded, it's hard. They can't see nothing but badness. Devil-minded people, they don't have no good inside their heart. None of them. But that's how it is because that's the end times. So for all them people that are good and decent, I'm not trying to be no goody-goody here. I'm doing this because I love my people. And I want them to know, encourage them, push them. When you talk about government, go deep. When you talk about government institutions, go deep. When you talk about Bible, go deep. Go deep into other books, what they left out. Because there's knowledge out there. Learn if you love learning. If you have a gift from the Almighty, link up with people. You can link up with me anytime. Send a message out anytime, no problem. If there's a group of you want to do something big, come. Come, because the Almighty don't shy with me. I don't shy with him. He's helped me out enough. It just has. It's a simple thing. If you know what I go through, you'd know, say the Almighty help me. Yeah, whole heap of thing. But that's life. And he helps people. So his knowledge, his ways is great. So in his endless realm, there's no sin, death, and decay. Right? So when he does something, it's eternal. That's him. Because there's no nastiness there. It's just plain him. It's like a blank canvas he has to deal with. And his endless space is endless space. So if you come out of the creation, the heavens and the earth, and you go into his creation light, and then you go out into the outer darkness, and then you go out into the endless realm, you will see, just like it's saying Jeremiah chapter 23, verse 24, how he fills the heavens and the earth. You can see that he does. You have to be out there to see it. And if he show you that, you see it. And you have to fly at high speed because you can't get nowhere walking. So anybody dash out into the outer darkness outside of creation, they'll find out if there's an Almighty or not. They'll find out then, but then it's too late. There is a creator. There is a Messiah. These people are real, more real than we. And, if you say devil, yes, there is a devil, but that's an enemy. Somebody that's a loser is going to get mashed up. If you want to mash up the devil works, then follow the Almighty. If you want to be a victim and mash up by Satan, then carry on doing what you're doing. I'm trying to say it just as I know it to be. It can change because the Almighty is creating a new heavens and a new earth. And the old one fades away because of nastiness. So the new heavens and the new earth is a home of righteousness. And I say yes to that because right now, all them devil-minded people, I can name names. But since all them evil things, what people are doing from one generation to the next, when is the righteous generation going to come? Right? So if you're talking personal, I'm feeling it because of this and that, and then you say something outside of that and go, when is the righteous generation going to come? Then you're going to say, well, that's the Almighty business. So the world is full of generation after generation of devil system people who think they're going to go to heaven when they're dead. I can tell you right now, the devil system of Satan and devil knowledge cannot take you to heaven. It can't. It can only take you to hell and spiritual abortion. If you know what a physical abortion is, well, a spiritual one is the same, but worse. It don't end. It's suffering for a long time. So if you're talking and you have knowledge to give people, and you're coming out of creation because the Almighty dash you out or he show you something, you have to understand what you're in now, the times you're living. You're talking about the Babylonian Empire and then the Persian and Mede and then the Greek and then the Roman Empire. We're in the Roman Empire to 2018, right? So it's 2018 and it's still Roman Empire, but this is the feet of clay and iron and the toes. and that devil system at the end. And then the stone come crashing into the feet and mash up everything. We're living before that stone lick them feet and mash up everything. So the world has to move closer to that point. And that comes unawares. No one knows when that day is going to be. But it's coming. And why is it mashing it up? Because it's devil's system. That stone is the system of the Almighty, mashing up the statue of devil system empires. None of them empires were righteous. None of them. So it's an empire that's coming to mash up an empire. And the empire is big, what the Almighty have. Massive. And he knows the heart and minds of everybody. And when he created everything, he told people this. He had a good look at everything first. So he knows the whole history of it. Everything said, done, what people think, the motives, everything. He's already weighed all that up. And he's decided on the evidence he's seen. So he knows everything before he created. So that's who you're dealing with. Who knows? And then he tells people what they're going to do because he's seen it already. He knows every race of people, every religion, every politics, everything they're going to do because he's already seen all that. So he didn't create it not knowing, he created it knowing. So he's happy with what he created. So then he'll deal with it when he's not, happy with things and want to change things up. He'll deal with that at his own time because he wouldn't have created it in the first place if he wasn't happy with it. Right? So it has to run its course. The adversary, Satan, is going to get mashed up. So then he puts out feelers on people that love the Almighty and try and mash them up. And you have faith, you're strong. You have charity, you're strong. You have the ways of the Almighty, you're strong. So all them people good and decent out there doing a thing and see Satan trying to mash you up. Then say, yeah, you're being tested by the Almighty, man. Smile and laugh. Because devil business that they're keeping up. I'm not going to mash up righteous people. Why? You side with me, I side with you. We sit down together and link up together. Link up. Do something. Let's talk big talk. Let's talk about our empire in the world. Africa, Middle East, West Indies, Black America, South America, Canada, Australia, all over the world. Yeah. New Zealand, everywhere. Run things. Yeah, why not? Because we're going to rule the world one day. It's going to happen. So that education is needed because we don't know, we don't have experience of nothing yet. Coming out of slavery, we're still in the European devil system, Roman Empire. That's the system we're in. But the system of the Almighty will mash all that up. So you have to be ready for it. And that's what the preparation is, the system of the Almighty, his ways. And it's not as easy as what these stupid religions say. It's a lot deeper than that, way deeper. Them religions don't even touch on it. I've investigated them as you do, The kingdom which is spiritual. You have to go to John chapter 1, verse 12 and 13 and hear the Messiah talk. Listen to the Messiah and then go to Genesis and then Revelation. You see, go to Genesis chapter 1 and 2, you'll see it. You go to Revelation, you'll see it. Hear what the Spirit says to the churches. Hear things of the Almighty, man, and you'll see things clear. Of the Almighty. So my confidence is this. No matter what, it's the Almighty I'm depending on. He created everything good. So devil come when he with his nastiness and decides he's bigger than the Almighty. A joke business, that. A joke business, man. Satan is a cartoon character, man. Bomba clat about run the world. Run what? Devil system, and that's some big thing. Every year the price going up, cost of living going up. That's devil system. 100%. Religion, devil system. Politics, devil system. It is. That's what gets mashed up. That's what causes the world to end. Because the Almighty's had enough of it at a certain time. All that suffering. All that grabbing the world's resources. All them corporations which are devil system. All those rich people which are devil system. All those super rich from slave money, devil system. All them Khazars claiming to be Jews, devil system. There's a whole heap of devil system out there. Every religion, every politics, democracy, devil system of Satan. That's why the world gets mashed up. It seems innocent until you study it. It's satanic. Worshipping devil and evil spirits. Vatican, 100% devil system of Satan. I'm not being an internet warrior. That's how it is. And they've been killing people for saying such things and stringing up people in America. Where's your God to help you now? Killing somebody that doesn't kill them. Just kills the flesh. Doesn't kill the person. And the Almighty knows when the time comes what's going to happen. Yeah. What's going to happen? You don't know if I can do it. Because the Almighty will give it to a man to do. He will give it to a man he can trust to do it. Look at the Messiah. He's a man of the Almighty, yes, but he still give him a big trust to do something. And that's how it is. He sent people to do various works. His power, his spirit. He sends them and they do it. Whether an angel, whether a Messiah, because the Messiah is above the angels in the natural order of things. Always will be above Satan. So will Paniel and Raphael and all the rest of them. Gabriel and Michael and all them. Uriel, all of them will be above Satan. All the angels of the Almighty will all be above Satan. Always. If you're defending the Almighty, you're of him. If you're defending Satan, then you're of Satan. You can't have two masters. You can't serve one and love the other. And you can't serve the other and love the one. Right? You can only have loyalty to one or the other. I say be in the camp of the Almighty because that's the best camp. Peace and love still, because time I run. You know it go already. Internet warrior. Where them people there? A joke business still, but you know how life go. Yeah? Say the prices go up all the time, devil system. So it's not rocket science. Just watch and study them. There's nothing system of the Almighty going on. Nothing. That's why it gets mashed up, because there's nothing of the Almighty going on. Too tough in the world. Rasta's struggling to do the Almighty system. Christianity is struggling to do the Almighty system. Whole heap of people are struggling to do the system of the Almighty. Struggling to do it. So it's only devil system they have. Look at it carefully. If you don't get a choice, it's only devil system you have. Choose either the system of the Almighty or choose devil system. I'm giving you a choice. Which one you want? You can't see that. So it's not me talking then. It must be the Almighty, because I'm giving you a choice between two systems. In this world, you only get one choice, and that's devil system. And you don't notice that, then you're deceived. Deceived. Here, in your mind. Deceived. Because what? You don't know the difference. Shalom. One love. Yeah, Israel. Soon come. One love. For real. One love.